you've ever thought about freelancing, chances are the same two questions popped into your head right away. First, can beginners actually make real money doing this? And second, is anyone really paying $25, $50, even $70 an hour for remote work? The short answer is yes, but not for everything and not by accident. In this video, I want to walk you through real remote freelancing jobs that beginners are landing right now. Jobs that don't require a degree, don't require years of experience, and don't lock you into long-term commitment with one company. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we keep things practical. No hype, no quit your job tomorrow nonsense. Just realistic ways that people are building income online, one skill at a time. By the end of this video, you'll know which freelancing paths are usually beginner-friendly, what the work really looks like day to day, and how people go from zero to paid without pretending to be experts. Why freelancing works so well right now. Freelancing used to feel risky. Today it's normal. Companies are more comfortable than ever hiring remote help. They don't want to commit to full-time salaries if they don't have to, and they love being able to bring in someone for a specific skill or project. For freelancers, that creates leverage. You're not tied to one employer, one schedule, or one income stream. You can work mornings, nights, weekends, or build this alongside a job until it's stable. Another big advantage is that freelancing rewards skills, not credentials. Clients care if you can deliver. They don't care where you learned it. That's why beginner-friendly freelancing exists in the first place. Number one, virtual assistants. Virtual assistants is one of the most common entry points into freelancing, and for good reason. A virtual assistant helps business owners stay organized. That can mean managing email inboxes, scheduling calls, handling simple customer support, updating spreadsheets, or posting content. The work isn't complicated, but it's valuable because it saves business owners time. Most beginners start somewhere maybe around $25 to $35 per hour, and as soon as you add even one specialty like e-commerce support, CRM cleanup, or content scheduling, rates can climb quickly. And tools here matter. Many VAs live inside platforms like ClickUp, Notion, or Monday.com to manage tasks and clients efficiently. Once you're comfortable with one of those, you instantly look more professional. So the best way to get started is small. One client, one set of tasks, and as confidence grows, you can niche down and raise rates without taking on more hours. Content writing and copywriting. Writing is one of those skills that looks intimidating until you realize what clients actually want. They're not looking for Pulitzer winners. They want clear, useful content that people actually read. Content writers create blog posts, newsletters, guides, and articles. Copywriters focus more on persuasion, emails, landing pages, product descriptions. Both pay well because words drive traffic and sales. Beginners often start around $25 to $40 an hour, and strong writers can quickly move into the $50 to $75 range once they specialize. Most people learn by doing. Writing samples matter more than resumes. Many beginners use tools like Jasper or Copy.ai to help generate outlines. Headlines are first drafts, not to replace thinking, but to speed up practice. SEO knowledge makes writing even more valuable. Tools like SEMrush help writers understand what people are searching for and how to structure content so it actually ranks. Clients don't expect perfection. They expect consistency, clarity, and reliability. Graphic design. Graphic design is another beginner-friendly freelancing path because tools have gotten so much easier. Designers create social media graphics, presentations, simple brand assets, thumbnails, and marketing visuals. You don't need to design logos for Fortune 500 companies to get paid. And most beginners start with something like Canva, and honestly, that's enough for a lot of clients. Social posts, YouTube thumbnails, lead magnets, Canva handles it all. Entry-level designers often charge $30 to $50 per hour, and many switch to flat rate packages once they gain confidence. The fastest way to get hired is to show examples. Fake projects are fine at first. Create designs for imaginary brands. Most clients just want to see that you have an eye for clean, readable visuals. Social media management. Social media managers don't just post content, they bring consistency. Most businesses know they should be on social media, but very few actually want to manage it every day. That gap creates opportunity. Social media managers plan posts, create basic graphics, write captions, reply to comments, and track engagement. The work is super straightforward, but consistency is what clients pay for. Beginners usually start around $25 to $40 per hour, and managers who handle strategy, analytics, or automation can push that higher. Tools make this easier. Canva for your visuals, maybe Post Planner for scheduling, and something like ManyChat for automating DMs and responses are some common setups. A lot of people start by managing their own account or helping a local business. Once you can show that steady posting and engagement is happening, paid clients will come much easier. Website building, no code. So you don't need to be a developer to build websites anymore. No code tools let freelancers create clean, functional sites without touching code. Businesses constantly need websites, landing pages, service pages, basic stores, and most owners don't want to deal with it themselves. Platforms like Wix, Squarespace, Webflow, and WordPress are widely used. Hosting platforms like Hostinger make setup fast and affordable. Beginners can charge $30 to $50 per hour or flat project fees starting at a few $100s. What matters most here isn't fancy designs. Clarity. Is the site easy to understand, easy to navigate, easy to contact the business? Once you've built a few sites, referrals tend to flow naturally. SEO and digital marketing. SEO and digital marketing freelancers help businesses get traffic and leads without relying entirely on ads. This can include keyword research, on-page optimization, email campaigns, or simple analytics reporting. It sounds technical, but the basics are learnable quickly. Beginners who understand fundamentals can charge $30 to $50 per hour, and specialists can climb into that $75+ per hour range. Tools like SEMrush help with keyword research and competitor analysis, while platforms like Omnisend are common for email marketing work, especially if you have an e-commerce store. Many people start by practicing on their own site or helping a small business for cheap. Once you can show results, even small ones, clients will start to take you seriously. How beginners actually get clients. So this is the part that most people overthink. You don't need a perfect website. You don't need dozens of testimonials. You need proof and consistency. Freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are common starting points. Early on, the goal isn't high pay. It's momentum and reviews. Outside platforms, networking works better than people expect. Telling people what you're learning, posting your progress on LinkedIn, and sharing examples quietly attracts opportunities. One client turns into two turns into referrals, and that's how freelancing becomes stable. Managing freelancing like a business. Once money starts coming in, treating freelancing like a business matters. Simple organization tools like Notion or ClickUp help track client deadlines and invoices. Time management becomes important fast. Setting boundaries early helps avoid burnout. Clear scopes, clear deadlines, and written agreements protect your time. Raising rates gets easier once you realize that clients are paying for reliability just as much as skill. Common challenges and why they're normal. Almost everyone deals with imposter syndrome at first. Feeling underqualified is part of the process. Information overload is another issue. Too many courses, too many tools, not enough action. Pick one path and sticking with it solves most of this. Income can feel inconsistent early on. That's why many people build freelancing alongside a job until it's predictable. None of these are signs you're failing. They're signs you're early. So remote freelancing isn't magic, but it is accessible. If you're willing to learn a skill, practice consistently, and start before you really feel ready, earning $25 to $75 per hour remotely is realistic, even as a beginner. The biggest difference between people who succeed and people who don't isn't talent, it's follow through. Pick one path, commit to it. Take the first imperfect step. Now, if you want to get started with any of the products or tools we talked about today, you'll find links for them down in the description below. These are affiliate links, which means we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on Side Hustle Mastery, we explore a wide range of side hustle ideas, strategies, and tips to help you make an extra income. So be sure and subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.